Welcome back to another episode of our How to Crochet for Beginners series. This video is going to be on how to make different cup types for different sizes. And if you guys only want to know how to make one type of cup, then there will be timestamps in the description for you guys. So you guys can go ahead and check that out if y'all want to jump around. So there's 3 types of cups that we're actually going to be working on today. And I'm actually unsure of the real names of the cups, so just bear with me for a little bit. But the first one is just going to be a triangle cup, which is this, and this is as seen on our Crochet Festival triangle halter top. That is a tutorial on the channel. And next is the classic triangle bikini top, which is this, and you guys can see this on our festival crystal crop top. And the last one we're going to do is our rectangle cup, as seen in our Crochet Festival fringe crop top tutorial. And you can find all of these tutorials in the description along with some other favorable mentions. So right before we get started, I'm actually going to mention the yarn and the hook that I will be using. So let's swipe this away. So we're going to be using a category 4 yarn, and I'm using the recommended 5mm hook. And all of the instructions will be the same as long as you're using the recommended hook with the yarn. So go ahead and pick whatever you guys want to pick. So now that all of that information is out of the way, and by the way, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or message me on Instagram at TCDDIY. I love answering your questions. But now that all that's out of the way, we're going to get started on the first cup that we mentioned in that list that we just did. And this first one is going to be just the regular triangle cup. Now this cup style you don't really see used in a lot of patterns, but it's really fun and really easy to start off with because it doesn't include as much measuring as the other cups. So to get started, we're grabbing our category 4 yarn like I mentioned. We're going to start off by making a slip knot. And then we're going to grab our 5mm hook, and then we're going to start off by making a chain of 4. And once we have our chain, we're going to insert our hook into that first chain that we made with a slip stitch. So once when your hook is in there, all we're going to do is yarn over, pull through everything that's on the hook. And then we should have this circle. And from here, what we're going to do is chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. And then from here, we're going to prepare for a double crochet, and we're going to be putting 4 more double crochet into this circle that we have. And counting that chain up 3 that we did, we should have 5 in total. And this is our 5 double crochet into this side. Once we get here, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to put 5 more double crochet into the same circle. So prepare for a double crochet. Insert your hook into that middle circle and put 5 more. And this is what we should have. This is our first row of this cup all finished. So let's show you guys how to do the rest. This is super easy. So what we're going to do from here is chain up 3, flip our work, and then into each of these ends we're going to be doing an increase. So all we're going to do is prepare for a double crochet, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the same loop that we're in on this side. And then from here, we're going to put 1 double crochet into every loop that we have, going towards what we're going to call the gap or the peak. And then once when you get to the gap or the peak, we're actually going to be doing another increase in there as well. So just to recap, we have an increase into this first loop that we have. We chained up 3 and put 1 double crochet into that same loop that we were in. And then from there, put 1 double crochet into every loop. And now we don't have any more loops because we made our way over to this gap. And like I said, we're going to be doing an increase into this gap. So we're going to prepare for a double crochet, and we're going to put 2 double crochet into this middle gap. And once when we get here, we're going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work just the slightest bit so that we can work our way down the other side that we have. So prepare for a double crochet, insert your hook, and we're going to be doing the same thing that we did on this side. So we're just going to be putting 2 double crochet into this gap first. And once when we have that, we're going to prepare for a double crochet. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet into every loop, but once we make it to the end, we're going to be doing an increase of 2. And now that we're at the last loop, we're going to prepare for a double crochet and put 2 double crochet into that last loop. And this is basically this entire cup pattern. So this is what we should have so far. And then you actually just keep going like this, increasing on the ends and then also putting an increase into the gap with a chain 2 in the middle. and then repeating it on the other side until the base is the size that you guys need. So let's just do this again really quickly one more time just to make sure that you got it. So from here, we're going to chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. Prepare for a double crochet. Put 1 double crochet into the same loop that we were in. And then from here, put 1 double crochet into every loop that we have going towards the gap. And then when we don't have any more double crochet loops left, we're going to be putting 2 double crochets into this gap. Once we have that, we're going to chain 2, turn our work just a smidge, and then do the same thing going down the other side. So prepare for a double crochet, put an increase into this first gap. So here's 1 double crochet, here's 2 double crochet, and then put 1 double crochet into every loop going back down while maintaining the increase at the end. And once we made it to the end, we just have 1 loop left. We're going to prepare for a double crochet and put 2 double crochet into that last loop. Here's 1 and 2. And then this is the pattern for this really basic triangle cup. Go ahead and keep doing this until you get the size that you guys need. And this cup is perfect for beginners because it works up really easy and super fast. Let me know what projects you'd like to see with this cup pattern. I'm going to keep going until this is the cup size that I need, and then I'll meet you back when I'm done. And we just got done with our cup. The base of my cup is 9 inches and the height is 5 inches, and this may look a little intimidating because the base of the cup is so wide, much wider than the other 2 cups that we're going to do. But that's only because we're working with double crochets, and if you don't like how wide this is, then you are in luck. Our next cup keeps everything cinched in and we'll be working with single crochets. So to get started on this cup, which is the classic triangle bikini cup, and I know that I've been calling this a triangle bikini cup, but it can really be used for anything since there's no chance of anything important slipping through because this is being worked with single crochets. And I'll have a few other tutorials linked in the description for you guys if you guys want to see it used in multiple ways. Right before we get started, we're going to need to do some measuring. We're going to start measuring from right beneath your boob to your mid boob, and be sure you're measuring however you're going to be wearing it. So if you're going to wear it with a bra or bralette underneath, make sure that you're measuring like that. Or if you're going braless, make sure you measure yourself braless. But once we have that measurement, we're going to grab our category 4 yarn, make a slip knot, grab our 5mm hook, and we're going to make a measurement that comes out to that chain that we have. And just as a reference, my chain is 2 inches. And once we've made our chain, we're going to block off that last chain that we made. We're going to chain up 1 extra. This counts as a single crochet. Then we're going to insert our hook into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from the hook, with a single crochet. And then once we get here, we're going to put 1 single crochet into every loop, going back down our chain. So we're at our last chain that we have, and all we're going to do is do an increase of 3. So all that means is just putting 3 single crochet into that last loop. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, and then from here we're going to adjust our work. We're going to be working down the other side of the original chain that we did. So from here we're just going to turn it on its side a little bit, and we're going to insert our hook into the next loop that we have. Not this gap that we just did our increase of 3 in, but the next one. Insert your hook, and we're going to put a single crochet into every loop, going back down our chain. So we just put 1 single crochet into every loop going back down the other side of our chain. As you guys can see, this is our increase of 3. So from here, what we're going to do is chain up 1. This counts as a single crochet, flip our work, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet into every loop going back down, going towards our increase of 3, but leave the increase of 3 because we are going to do another increase of 3. So this is where we're at. If you flip it over, it's much easier to see that this is our increase of 3. As you can see, here's 1, 2, and 3. And then when we have indicated where our increase of 3 is, we're going to do another increase of 3 into that middle loop that we have. So into the first single crochet into that increase of 3 that we have, we're going to put 1 single crochet. And then into the second one, the middle one, we're going to be doing an increase of 3. So put 3 single crochet into that 1 loop. And as you guys can see, here are our 3 single crochet. And then we can work our way back down our work with just putting 1 single crochet into every loop that we have. So this is our work so far. So we have 2 rows. and they're both single crocheting going all the way down. Do an increase of 3, so 3 single crochet, turning our work, and then working our way back down the opposite side. And then for every row after this, we're going to continue putting an increase of 3 into every second loop that we have into the increase of 3 in the previous row. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this one more time. So working our way up to the next row, we're going to chain up 1, flip our work, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet into every loop that we have until we meet this increase of 3 in the previous row. And if it's a little hard to see, what you can do is just kind of take the peak that we have and pull it out, and then you can see the other 2 loops around it that are connected into that same loop. But go ahead and put 1 single crochet until we get to that increase of 3. So we have made it over to our increase of 3 into the first one, just like how we did in the previous row. The first one just gets 1 single crochet. The second one, or the middle one, whichever way is easier for you guys to call it, we're going to be putting 3 single crochet. So here's 1, 2, 3, all into that same loop. And then from here, we're going to be working our way back down this side with 1 single crochet into every loop. And we're going to continue with this pattern of doing an increase of 3 into the middle peak until the base of this is wide enough to cover 1 boob. And for this cup, you don't really need to worry about the height of the cup too much because the height will correlate with the base and it should all end up evening out. So I'm just going to keep going until the base of mine reaches 5 inches. And this is our classic triangle bikini cup all finished, and it was basically just single crocheting once into every loop, doing an increase of 3. Once when you made your way down, chain up 1, single crochet all the way back. Once we met that increase of 3, we put another increase of 3 into that second loop into the increase of 3 in the previous row, and then single crocheted back down. So in simpler terms, we basically just put an increase of 3 into the top corner. But now that we have this guy done, we're actually going to move on to my favorite one to do, which is our rectangle cup. And this is our rectangle cup shape. I just recently discovered this cup type, and it is now one of my favorite cups to make. It's super easy and super fast to work up, and it's really, really flattering on, especially for someone like me that doesn't have much of a chest. So right before we get started on actually working on this cup, we're going to need to take some measurements, just like how we did with the previous bikini cup. For this cup, we're first going to start off by measuring from your side boob to your mid boob. And same rules apply for this as well. If you're going to be wearing this a bra, make sure you measure with a bra on, or if you're going braless, measure yourself braless. But once when we have that measurement, what we're going to do is grab our category 4 yarn, grab our 5mm hook, and we're going to make a chain that comes out to that measurement. And just as a reference, mine is 2.5 inches. And once when we have our chain, we're going to block off that last chain that we made. We're going to chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. We're going to prepare for a double crochet, then put 1 double crochet into that loop that we blocked off, or the 4th loop from the hook with a double crochet. And then from here, we're going to put 1 double crochet into every loop going back down our chain. Once when we put 1 double crochet going back all the way down our chain, what we're going to do from here is chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. Flip our work, and then put 1 double crochet into every loop that we have going back down what we currently have of our previous row of double crochet. So go ahead and just put 1 double crochet into every loop. And then once we make it to the end, we're going to chain up 3 again. That still counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to work our way back until you have a full block of solid double crochet. And this is going to reach from the bottom of your boob up to mid boob. And the height that I need is 2 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing that until we have that little block of double crochet, and then I'll show you guys what to do from there. So this is that little bit that I needed that reached from the bottom of my boob up to mid boob. And then once when we get here, we're going to start working on the curve. So once when we're here, we're going to chain up 3, just like how we've been doing. This still counts as a double crochet. Flip our work, prepare for a double crochet. Then we're going to put 1 double crochet into every loop, going back down our work that we have, and then we're going to curve our work. So we're going to do an increase, then start working down our side double crochets that we have right here. So go ahead and put 1 double crochet into every loop until we get to this last loop, and then I'll show you what to do from there. So we have 1 loop left, and we are going to start working down our side double crochets on the side right here. And how we do that is we're going to be putting an increase of 5 into this last loop. So all that is preparing for a double crochet, and we're putting 5 double crochet into that same last loop. So here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. It might be a little tough, but it's definitely doable. But here, this is what we have. We have our 5 double crochet into that last loop. As you guys can see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now we're going to be working our way down this side of our work. So as you guys can see, we're working into these side double crochets. So all we're going to do is prepare for a double crochet. And into each of these side double crochets, we're just going to put 2 double crochets. So there's that. Prepare for a double crochet. Put 2 more into the side double crochets. And then we're going to keep doing this all the way down of just putting 2 double crochets into each side double crochet. And I am actually all done. So in order to work our way up to the next row, we're going to chain up 3. That counts as a double crochet. That will always count as a double crochet for this. We're going to flip our work, prepare for a double crochet, and then we're going to be putting 1 double crochet into every loop that we have, but we're going to stop right when we reach that increase of 5 that we did in the previous row. And then I'll show you guys what to do from there. So we put 1 double crochet into every loop, and as you guys can see, this is our 5 double crochet increase. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet into every loop until we reach that 3rd loop or the middle loop, however you guys want to say it. But until we get to this middle loop, we're just going to be putting 1 double crochet. So 1 here and 1 here. So into the next 2, we're going to be putting 1 double crochet. And then once we reach that corner loop, what we're going to do another increase, but this is going to be an increase of 3. And this is how it's going to be for the remainder of the cup. So prepare for a double crochet, insert your hook into that corner loop, and put 3 double crochet into that corner loop. And then once we have that, prepare for a double crochet, and then keep working our way back down with just regular double crochet. This is what we got so far. We have our block of double crochet that reach from the bottom of your boob to mid boob, and then we have 2 rows that are curved. The first row was 1 double crochet into every loop. Once we got to that last corner loop, we put 5 double crochet into that loop and then worked our way down the side. We chained up 3 and then put 1 double crochet into every loop. Once we got to the middle of that increase of 5 in the previous row, we put an increase of 3, and you can see that right here. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Worked our way back down with regular double crochet. And then that increase of 3 into the corner is going to be the remainder of this pattern. But let's just do this one more time just to show you guys how it's done. So we're going to chain up 3. That counts as a double crochet. Flip our work. Prepare for a double crochet. We're going to be putting 1 double crochet into every loop until we reach that increase of 3. So as y'all can see, we have this increase of 3, and then now we're going to be putting another increase of 3 into that second or middle loop. So prepare for a double crochet, insert our hook into the first loop that we have in our increase of 3. We've made it over to the second loop. So all we're going to do is prepare for a double crochet, and then we're going to go ahead and put 3 double crochet into that middle loop. And once we have that, we're going to prepare for a double crochet and put 1 double crochet into every loop going back down our work. And then this is going to be the pattern for the remainder of the cup. So go ahead and do this, and I'll meet you back once we have it all finished. So I have just finished doing my rectangle cup, and just as a reference so you guys know, the base of mine is 5 inches and the height of mine is 4. No one asked, but I thought that I'd let you guys know what my measurements were anyways. And this is actually the last cup that I have in this episode. If you guys have any other questions for any other cups or stitches, anything really, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. And these are our 3 cups. So just as a really quick recap, we'd had our triangle cup, classic bikini triangle cup, and our rectangle cup. And I really hope this was helpful to a lot of you guys. If y'all have any questions at all, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And then also please give me your feedback on this video in particular. Like if it was easy to follow along, or if you guys like seeing these different colored yarns, or do you guys prefer more neutral colors? Absolutely anything, any feedback, any good feedback, I guess any bad feedback, but please let me know. But if you guys like this type of video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's right beneath the video. It lets YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the videos, and it goes a really long way to helping the channel grow and gain some traction. But if you didn't like it, give this video a thumbs down, letting me know why you didn't like it. Or if you have any questions, requests, or if you just want to say what's up, I usually reply pretty quick. If you love it, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's right beneath the video. It'll let you know when there's a new video uploaded to the channel, gets you a bit more priority for requests, and it goes a long way to helping the channel grow so we can keep making great videos just like this for you guys. And if you're already subscribed, huge thanks to you guys, but please hit that notification bell to be notified when there's a new upload for you right away. And please, please, please share with your crafty friends. Every bit helps. Links to the yarns and the hooks will be in the description, and if you guys buy something using those links, it also goes towards helping out the channel. Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest links are down there as well, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.